Did I have swollen hands, feet, leaky breasts, and unable to eat a lot of food due to the uterus taking up too much space? I had swollen feet towards the very end. I did not have any kind of swollen hands. I wore my wedding ring up until the whole time. Leaky breasts, no. I did not have anything come out of my breasts until after the baby was born. I think a few weeks before he was born, if I squeezed really hard, I could get a little colostrum. Just a little bit, so really little bit, okay. But after he was born and my milk came in, I did have some instances of leaky breast, but not enough to really. There was just a couple times there'd be a spot on my shirt, but nothing serious. But that depends on your own production. Some women make too much, and some women don't make enough. So that's gonna depend on your own experience, that kind of stuff, and your body will eventually adjust to how much your baby needs and stop making excess. When your body gets adjusted to it later on in the latter months of breastfeeding, which is about where I am now, about at the third month, your body gets really used to the amount that your baby needs, and you'll experience the softening of the breasts. I guess everyone experiences that, where they don't feel as full as they did, and you don't pump as much as you did, and it doesn't mean the supply is low or anything. It's just your body's adjusted to it. And I very rarely have leaky breasts anymore, only when I'm not able to pump or give the milk according to my usual schedule, and it just accumulates. Then I might have some trouble with that. Was I unable to eat a lot due to the uterus taking up too much space? Yeah, I did have that, but I didn't notice it so much because I had been eating small amounts the whole pregnancy. I had to eat during the night even, so it was like every 2 or 3 hours on the dot I had to have something to eat. So it was like a bunch of tiny little meals, so I didn't really notice that too much. I didn't have so much trouble with indigestion and that kind of thing, so. Did Xiong kick you very much? Yeah, he did. But now it's getting harder to remember what it felt like. But I remember he kicked a lot when I walked. And it's nice having that indication that everything's okay. But I think the most amazing thing to me was during some of the last ultrasounds, he started doing practice breathing. And I think it was about 2 days before I was admitted into the hospital, which must have been around 38 and a half weeks, something like that. I could actually see his breathing through my stomach. And I've never heard anyone mention that before, so I don't know if anyone will believe me or not. And keep in mind that, I didn't gain a whole lot of weight, so it was mostly just baby. So maybe that's why I could see it, but it was very clear. It was not my own breathing, it was not my heartbeat, it had to have been the baby breathing. I wish I had gotten it on camera, but I didn't think to at the time. As far as no stretch marks, yeah, I didn't get any stretch marks, thank goodness. I have some from when I was fat as a child, but they're old and faded. I didn't get any new ones during this pregnancy, and one thing I did was the whole pregnancy, even before then, I used lotion every day, and I didn't gain a whole lot of weight, so I didn't get stretch marks. Also, I was induced at 38 and a half weeks, so that might have been something to do with it too, because I know a lot of women say that they didn't get stretch marks up until like the last week or the last 2 or 3 days, but yes, the fatigue, I remember that, tired all the time. But during the last month, I think, I got a lot of energy for, nesting, so that was really nice. I had a lot of energy towards the end. As far as, not really a question, but a topic that got brought up in the comments about miscarriages, I'll be honest with you, the whole entire time I was pregnant, I was terrified that something like that would happen, and the farther along I got, the more terrifying it became. Of course, after the most common time to have miscarriages was past, I calmed down some, especially when I could feel the baby kicking and all, but it really is a scary thing, and it has to be very heartbreaking, and I really feel for anyone who has gone through that. And honestly, I'm very surprised at how common it is, because I've joined a pregnancy group on Facebook, which I recommend you do if you can find one. A closed group of pregnant women around the same time, or like we were all due in August, the group I was in. And, you know, one of the questions they asked was, how many children do you have? How many miscarriages have you had? That kind of thing. And I was utterly shocked at how common it is. And that makes me really nervous about the next time, if there's a next time, that I attempt this. Because I can't imagine how heartbreaking that is. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. And also, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them, and I will try to reply as fast as possible.